Clippers. What a devastating loss for a team that's one goal was to win the title. And once again, they failed to reach the conference finals. It's never happened in their franchise history. They had 3 opportunities.
The Denver Nuggets just came back down 3-1 against the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is the problem. Yeah, sure, I mean, the coaching wasn't the best, and Pandemic P was making his greatest appearances ever in Game 7. Pat Bev didn't do much except for clap and yell. And Montrez was... I don't know what Montrez was doing. The whole team basically looked like a mess, but guess whose shoulders that falls on? Kawhi Leonard, the guy who basically built the whole team. Okay, he's not LeBron, he didn't build the whole team, but he did look at the team and the roster and the coaching and added Paul George, so he has a lot to do with this. Either that or his Uncle Dennis, but who knows. If you want to know more about what I'm talking about, just watch this post-game interview of Kawhi in Game 6.
What will be your message to the team of just what they're about to experience going through a Game 7?
Just got to leave it all out on the floor. Make sure we are paying attention to detail, executing and communicating on the defensive end, and that's all we could do. Go out there, play hard, and just make sure we know the game plan.
That dude damn near put me to sleep. And then Paul George had to add into
group staying together. We're still in the driver's seat. I mean, it's not a panic mode. We got a Game 7. I like our odds.
Oh yeah, we're in the driver's seat. Yeah, you guys really looked in the driver's seat when Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic were cooking your ass. When Kawhi Leonard was on the Spurs and on the Raptors, he didn't need to be a leader because the teams already had that. The Spurs had Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan, and the Raptors had Kyle Lowry, so this is the first team where he's actually had to be a leader, and he did a terrible job. As soon as they saw a little adversity, they looked like deer in headlights. Another way Kawhi Leonard is a bad leader is for all the load managing he does. He sits here acting like he needs to rest up for the playoffs, and he's 29 years old. He's not Tim Duncan in age 40. He needs to be able to play every night and set an example for his teammates, and he did not do that this year at all. They wouldn't even know if he'd play before the game. They'd be ready to go warming up, and then all of a sudden Kawhi Leonard's sitting on the bench. And some of these games were against like playoff contenders, the teams that they're playing now, he would sit for. Imagine what that does for your team chemistry, especially when you have guys like Pat Bev and Montrezl Harrell on your team. The Clippers needed a vocal leader in these playoffs, and Kawhi Leonard wasn't it, and we already know Paul George isn't it. So they basically had Pat Bev in his 2 points per game and 5 claps trying to lead the team, while the rest of the guys just were completely lost out there. The Nuggets went 3 straight games in total control, never looked nervous, never looked scared, and just completely took the hearts out of the Los Angeles Clippers. Man, I don't know, maybe this franchise is cursed after all. They'll never make the Western Conference Finals. I'm sure all 10 of their fans are going to be very disappointed in that. Are there even Clipper fans in LA too? Like, is that a real thing? Do they actually like get excited for the Clipper game in LA, or is that just like, oh, what's on? Oh, the Clippers are playing tonight at home. Well, I guess we can go see them while the Lakers are away. And to go back to my point about Kawhi being a poor leader, when LeBron leaves a franchise, that franchise is left in the mud. When Kawhi Leonard leaves a franchise, they're 1 game away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals. And as much as people love to bring up that season opener that the Clippers beat the Lakers, and the Christmas Day game where the Clippers beat the Lakers, and they like to run away with that saying, oh my god, like the Lakers are so screwed. Kawhi is like the king of LA now. Yeah, Kawhi, you really are the king of LA with your keychain when your team couldn't respond to the Denver Nuggets, got completely wiped out in 3 straight games, especially in the second half of all those games. So what the Clippers need to do basically is get a veteran that can actually lead the team while Kawhi just does his thing and Paul George just does his thing. Or they need to have Kawhi be that leader, get him out of his comfort zone, and allow him to be the best player that he can be. Yeah, as far as Kawhi versus LeBron goes, I don't want to hear anything about Kawhi being better than LeBron now or all time or anything at all. Just do not ever say that Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron James. It's not true. It hasn't been true. These playoffs proved it. Say what you want about LeBron, but at age 29, he would never let a team come back from 3-1 on him. LeBron would have brought his guys together and got the job done, just like he did when he came back from 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. Anyways, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments. What would you do if you're the management of the Clippers? And what would you do if you're Kawhi Leonard right now? Also, subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoyed. Have a good one.
What?
What?